disgusting things your body does when you are fat to keep you alive. Let's get straight to the point. Number 8, the internal war zone. You probably think extra fat is just harmless insulation, like padding on a couch. Adorable, but dead wrong. The second you cross into obesity, your fat tissue transforms into an active battlefield. It's called chronic inflammation. And here is what happens. Your fat cells get invaded by immune cells called macrophages that can make up 40 to 60% of the tissue. Yeah, that is not a typo. Nearly half your fat becomes immune cells. These cells treat your own body fat like it is a foreign infection, pumping out inflammatory chemicals called cytokines as if you are fighting off the plague. Your blood becomes thick and sluggish like motor oil left in the cold. The inflammation triggers your clotting system into overdrive. Obese people have 6 times higher risk of dangerous blood clots, specifically deep vein thrombosis, where clots form in your legs and can travel to your lungs and kill you. So when you think you are just carrying extra weight, your body is actually waging chemical warfare on itself and turning your blood into potential death pudding. Gross, right? Number 7, the midnight suffocation protocol. Let's talk about how obesity literally chokes you while you sleep. You might think snoring is just annoying, but it is way worse than that. Many obese people develop something called obesity hypoventilation syndrome. Big fancy words for your body forgetting how to breathe correctly. Here is the nightmare. The weight on your chest and neck crushes your airways and makes your breathing muscles work twice as hard. Your body cannot get rid of carbon dioxide fast enough. So CO2 starts building up in your blood like exhaust fumes in a closed garage. But here is the wild part. To save you from suffocating, your brain actually reduces your breathing effort. You breathe more shallowly on purpose. Your kidneys jump in to buffer the acid building up from all that trapped CO2. It is a desperate survival hack. The trade-off? You are slowly poisoning your brain every single night. Studies show obese people with this syndrome have impaired memory and cognitive function. Your reaction time slow down. Your logical thinking gets fuzzy. Basically, your fat is suffocating your brain cells while your body scrambles to keep you from dying in your sleep. You wake up feeling like garbage because your brain spent 8 hours marinating in toxic gas. Number 6, the brain shrinkage event. Let's address something absolutely terrifying. Obesity physically shrinks your brain. Not metaphorically, literally. Brain imaging studies show that higher body fat is directly linked to gray matter atrophy, especially in the frontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision making and impulse control. For every 1 unit increase in BMI, you lose about 1 to 1.5% of brain tissue in your frontal, temporal, and occipital lobes. Do the math. If you are 50 pounds overweight, you have measurably less brain than you should. It is like aging your brain by a decade. Scientists found that obese people's brains show the same kind of tissue loss seen in Alzheimer's patients. But wait, it gets worse. The fat does not just shrink your brain, it rewires it. The reward centers in an obese brain are blunted. Neuroimaging shows that obese people get less pleasure from eating. Your dopamine response is broken. You are not eating because food tastes good anymore. You are eating because your brain is desperately chasing a high that never comes. And when you try to lose weight, your fat cells release less leptin, the hormone that tells your brain you are full. Your body thinks you are starving even though you have 50,000 calories stored as fat. You feel ravenous with intense clawing hunger and your metabolism slows to a crawl. It is a biological trap designed to keep you fat. So the stereotype is not entirely wrong. Your body chemistry is literally making you dumber and more food obsessed to survive. Number 5, the testicular pressure cooker. Let's discuss a reality most men do not want to hear. If you are obese, your body is actively destroying your ability to reproduce. Here is the horror show. Belly fat is not inert. It is biochemically active tissue that converts testosterone into estrogen through an enzyme called aromatase. Your male body literally becomes more estrogenic. You grow breast tissue. Your sex drive tanks. Your muscles shrink. But here is the most disturbing part. The fat around your groin acts like a personal heater. Studies found that obese men's testicles run several degrees hotter than normal. Why does that matter? Because sperm cells are heat sensitive. They cook. Your body is literally baking your sperm to death just from the insulation of fat pressing against your scrotum. The result is dramatically lower sperm count, poor sperm motility, and near infertility. Your body has turned your reproductive system into a malfunctioning oven. And for women, obesity creates a hyperestrogenic inflammatory nightmare in the uterus uterus. The menstrual lining overgrows and bleeds excessively. Obese women often bleed heavier and longer each cycle, basically a monthly biological disaster. In short, fat pumps out hormones that ravage fertility, turning normal reproduction into either a cooking accident or a bloodbath. Number 4, the fold infection farms. You probably think sweating in skin creases is just uncomfortable. Think again. Under each roll of fat is a warm, moist, dark breeding ground for fungus and bacteria. These skin folds under breasts, arms, belly, and buttocks become mini petri dishes. In obesity, these fold infections are common and severe. The yeast Candida albicans invades the creases, causing bright red, weeping rashes covered in pustules with a rank, sour smell. These infections ooze and bleed. It is called intertrigo. Even your belly button is not safe. In obese people, the navel becomes a dark, deep cavern where yeast thrives unchecked, leading to intensely itchy, oozing infections that smell like rotting cheese. But wait, it gets worse. Obese patients have a 3 times higher risk of developing pressure ulcers, basically bed sores from their own body weight crushing their flesh. That abundance of tissue has terrible blood flow. Excessive fat impairs oxygen delivery and wound healing. Small cuts or surgical wounds can fester for weeks because your body underperfuses its own skin. You are not just sweating, you are incubating a fungal and bacterial infection party on your own body, complete with open wounds that refuse to heal. Number 3, the blood clot factory. You might assume your heart is the problem with obesity, but your blood is the real disaster. Here is the disgusting truth. Obesity triggers a prothrombotic state. Big words for your blood wants to clot when it should not. The chronic inflammation from fat tissue releases chemicals that activate your clotting cascade. Proteins called plasminogen activator inhibitor flood your system from fat cells and liver cells. These proteins prevent clot breakdown. You are making clots faster and destroying them slower. Your blood is literally sludge. Studies show obese people, especially those under 40, have a 5-fold risk of deep vein thrombosis compared to normal weight people. These clots form in your legs, break off, travel through your bloodstream, and lodge in your lungs. This is called pulmonary embolism, and it kills you fast. Your body treats your veins like a clogged drain, except the drain is your circulatory system, and the clog can stop your heart. Obesity also increases clotting factors like fibrinogen and von Willebrand factor. Your liver is cranking out extra coagulation proteins because your fat tissue is screaming danger signals. So every time you sit for too long on a plane or stay in bed too long, you are rolling the dice on whether today is the day a clot forms and kills you. Your body is protecting itself from the inflammation, but the protection mechanism is a ticking time bomb in your veins. Number 2, the liver self-destruction program. You probably think only alcoholics get liver disease. Wrong. Obesity produces fatty liver disease in almost all cases. It is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD, and it is exactly what it sounds like. Your liver, the organ responsible for filtering toxins and processing nutrients, gets stuffed with triglycerides from all those extra calories. It is basically alcoholic liver disease by another name. Chronic overnutrition causes inflammation, scarring, and metabolic chaos in your liver. This is not just uncomfortable. Your liver starts releasing pro-inflammatory chemicals into your bloodstream, worsening insulin resistance and diabetes. It is a hidden, long-term self-poisoning process. Your liver is drowning in fat, choking on its own workload. The cells become dysfunctional. Scar tissue replaces healthy tissue. Eventually, the liver cannot regenerate fast enough. But here is the kicker. Your kidneys are not spared either. Remember that CO2 buildup from hypoventilation we talked about? Your kidneys go into overdrive, constantly buffering respiratory acid as if you are living at high altitude. They chronically excrete acid and hold bicarbonate to keep your blood chemistry from becoming lethally acidic. This taxes your kidneys relentlessly, leading to electrolyte imbalances and potential kidney damage over time. Your body is forcing your liver and kidneys into permanent crisis mode just to keep you alive one more day. Number 1, the skeleton sabotage. Finally, let's talk about something nobody tells you. You probably assume extra weight strengthens your bones because they are carrying more load. Cute theory, completely backward. Obesity infiltrates your bone marrow with fat, often at the expense of bone-forming cells. Your bones become more fragile, not stronger. Studies show bone marrow fat increases with obesity. Heavier bodies still break hips easily because the bone quality is garbage. But here's the truly disgusting part. Fat pumps your joints full of destructive chemical signals called adipose adipokenes. These molecules chronically inflame your knee, hip, and even hand joints. It is like pouring acid into the cartilage. Obesity more than doubles your lifetime risk of debilitating osteoarthritis. The inflammation eats away at cartilage and triggers chronic pain that never stops. You are not cushioning your joints with extra padding. You are literally setting them on fire from the inside. Your skeleton, which should be your structural foundation, is being devoured by the very fat you think is protecting you. Every step you take grinds down cartilage that will never grow back, accelerated by inflammatory chemicals your own fat tissue manufactures. So you survived another day of your body waging war on itself to keep you alive. It is not pretty. Your fat is not inert. It is an active, hostile organ pumping out inflammatory signals, converting hormones, suffocating your brain, cooking your sperm, incubating infections, clogging your blood, poisoning your liver, and destroying your skeleton. These are not just side effects. These are desperate survival mechanisms your body uses to cope with carrying weight it was never designed to handle. Now go look in the mirror, and while you are at it, hit the subscribe button. It is probably cleaner than your belly button. If you enjoyed learning exactly how your body betrays you to save you, do me a favor, hit the like button. It costs you nothing and helps the channel more than you think. Share this video with someone who definitely needs to hear this, and make sure to subscribe to Coolest Dude Explains. We've got plenty more disturbing facts to keep you motivated at the gym.